we're seeing a lot of high-end pieces and people are just buying things like on a weekly basis. Don't reach beyond your means. My first Rolex Datejust was one that I bought. I don't believe I wiped out my savings, but it was a situation where don't overreach where it's just gonna take away the joy over time. You know, it's always important to just purchase a watch cash, or at least know that you have the funds. If you purchase with a credit card, that you have the funds available to, let's say, pay it off. Just understand that the watch community embraces $500 watches all the way to six-figure. Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, I really wanted to do an outside vlog talking about watches, having a casual talk, but currently right now in the northeast part of the United States, it's a snowstorm. So the snow is coming down and it's really windy. So unfortunately, you guys are gonna have to deal with just seeing this, and hopefully you guys enjoy this content. I'm just gonna be talking about the psyche of a watch collector, whether it's a beginner or an advanced person, and things you need to think about when getting into the watch collecting space. So guys, hopefully you enjoy this content. Give the video a thumbs up, comment at any point in the video your opinion. You could challenge my opinion or you could agree with it. And yeah, also guys, subscribe. So let's get into this video. So on this channel, I like to keep it real. I like to be grounded. I like to let you guys know my process and how I think and how I'm maneuvering through this watch collecting world. It always changes, of course, year by year, generation to generation. Right now, I want to let you guys know, for you guys who are new to watch collecting, or maybe you just have your one piece or two piece collection, think about this, right? I understand the effects that social media and the things that we see online has on us. We're seeing a lot of high-end pieces and people are just buying things like on a weekly basis, as how we perceive it, because we see it on YouTube every time we watch. We're just seeing people buying watches and it's like a free-for-all, right? That doesn't mean that you're not good enough, or you're not a collector, or you're not respected because you're not able to buy a Patek or an AP Royal Oak or even a Rolex, even an entry-level Rolex. That's okay. I want you guys to know that there are pieces that you could purchase, modern and vintage, that make you respected, that makes you a collector, that make you off to a good start. Something that I learned recently is that the watch that I'm wearing, this Rolex Datejust 16014, is a watch that Elon Musk has a stainless steel blue dial Rolex Datejust. It's a smooth bezel blue dial Datejust with the oyster bracelet. But anyways, my point with saying that is to show that people with billions, millions of dollars don't just have six-figure watches in their collection. Some of them have literally 5,000 and below. Some people have $500 watches. There are people who are millionaires that enjoy the 500 and below club, like a Seiko or a Casio, even some Omegas under $1,000. Some are under even 500, and they are excellent timepieces, great craftsmanship, great movements, and that's okay if that's what you can afford. I like to say, don't reach beyond your means. Always stick to what you can afford and enjoy, because that way you will enjoy the piece even more. Now, reaching out, I know a lot of collectors, even myself. My first Rolex Datejust was one that I bought. I don't believe I wiped out my savings, but it was a situation where I wanted to keep my savings at a certain amount. And I borrowed some of the money to complete the purchase. So it wasn't really reaching as far as like I wiped out my savings, but it was where I didn't have the complete funds as far as I do have balance. I said, hey, my savings is not going below this amount. And I did borrow from someone some of the cash to finish the sale, paid back in like 2 weeks. But the point is, it was in a sense reaching beyond what I really wanted to go. But in hindsight, I don't regret it because everything played out how I expected it to. But don't overreach where it's just gonna be, it's gonna take away the joy over time. It's gonna take away the joy of wearing the piece because you're like, I can't be wearing this watch because if I lose it, if it gets stolen, it's gonna be a hit. You know, it's always important to just purchase a watch cash, or at least know that you have the funds. If you purchase with a credit card, that you have the funds available to, let's say, pay it off just in case. Because I'm guessing most people don't have insurance on their timepieces, especially if it's one that's like maybe $3 grand, 4 or 5, you know, something around those realms. People don't really insure it. So let's just say walking around, you want to feel confident and comfortable. Just know that, hey, you have the funds just in case if you purchase with a credit card, that you could pay the watch off if it gets stolen. So overall, the point of my video is, and I want you guys to comment down below, is to just don't overreach. Understand that the watch community embraces $500 watches all the way to 6-figure, even $1 million, 7-figure pieces. Buy what you love, do your research, do your homework. And if you do go into some forums, you would see the real watch nerds, how they talk about some of these pieces, these $500 watches, these Omega Seamasters, the Omega Constellations, these IWC Schaffenhausens. They go into depth as far as going into the history of these watches, the movement, how accurate they are. The craftsmanship of some of these watches are amazing. Better than Rolex, better than a Rolex Submariner. Some of these watches that are in the $1,000, $2,000 space have movements and overall value more than a Rolex, let's say a Submariner or a Datejust. But it's just because it's not really hyped or not being sold or traded frequent as a Rolex, that the price is so low. And this is an opportunity where someone who's just getting into the space, have low amount of funds, could still get into the game and enjoy it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, understand the concept that I'm trying to spread and share. And yeah, just understand that this watch community, this watch world is for everyone. And yeah, just get into it and don't overreach. So guys, thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Also follow me on Instagram, mentorship.ceo, and hit that subscribe button. And stay tuned for the next video.